Hello, I'd like to welcome you all to another episode of the Side Eye Podcast. BBJ, Tim J, VJ, your hosts. You know who we are, what we do. Let's just jump right into it.
First
We're
place
on a streak.
Cyclones.
We're on a streak. The
Yeah.
Cyclones are officially streaking. I believe when it's three, you can officially be called a streak.
Yep, yep.
So it has been three in a row, and number three came quite impressively all around for the Cardinal and Gold. Went down to Baylor, where it had been since when? Since we'd gone down there?
17.
So it's been some years. Some of y'all weren't even Cyclone fans back then. So it's been some years since they've gone on the road and won at Waco. But they did it, and they did it in impressive fashion, getting out in front and just burying the Bears 30-18 in their homecoming. Must suck to be the king and queen of a homecoming that your football team lost. But, that's a whole nother thing. So let's get right at it. In the first quarter, 7-0. That don't normally happen, but it happened. Got it going. My stats just failed me. 4 yards, 55 yards, 4 plays, 55 yards. A minute and a half later, 6 on the board for the Clones. Higgins with the 16-yard touchdown from the back. What we noticed on that drive?
I just thought, it was good to just see how sharp they came out. I mean, honestly, I was worried about this game, because you still have a young team coming off the bye week, a big road win, going back on the road after the bye. I thought they'd be sluggish, but they came out sharp, and that was good to see against a team that's been struggling with Baylor's been struggling. So get on them fast, and it's raining, make them want to go home.
Well, prior to that drive for the touchdown, the defense came out, and I ain't gonna lie. First play from scrimmage, boom, they break off 12 yards, and I'm like,
Oh yeah,
no.
you commented about that. Yeah.
It's like, and then it was like, boom, 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 1 yard run, incomplete, punting, and then what is that? Oh, it's a damn commercial. Nobody wants to hear your State Farm commercial. And then it was a 6 yard run by Beck, and then the 5 yard run to Sanders, and then boom, chunk play, 26 yards to Knoll, and then the touchdown.
That was a sweet play design too. I like that. How they, did the play action roll out to the opposite side, and with Knoll cutting across, uncovered. That was a good play design.
But you know what? That play action roll does not work until that dude started running. But we already covered the fact that he runs some.
Yeah. And like you said, they came out with that quarterback power. He's just following the running back into the hole. So.
But defense forcing the punt again. Then Sama had his fumble. And then what I thought was huge was after the fumble, and then the defense stops them on downs.
Yeah.
And at that, I'm pretty sure they're probably like, all right, we got some momentum. Then boom, we go down, get a field goal. Then it's a pick. after that, I'm like, oh, our defense has got their number. I just felt extremely good about the rest of that game going forward.
Yeah, I mean, they had some bad drops, but yeah, no, our defense played well. Shapen's first interception of the year, so picked him off twice, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. Let's look at the defense and how they stacked up. I mean, we all know Baylor. Baylor, as they got athletes and things. I
Yep.
mean, they got them kids from all over Texas, and they've been known to have explosiveness.
But yeah, that Baldwin guy for them, definitely. You could just tell he gets.
They were 4 of 14 on third down, and 3 of 6 on fourth down.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought we stopped them 3 or 4 times on fourth down too. So.
They had 306 yards of total offense, 239 passing, and 67 rushing. I mean, 25 attempts got them down to 2.7, which they had been sitting at almost 5. So, nice job.
Yeah, and plus, I mean, one of those was broken. I mean, obviously, kids still. If we wouldn't have had that breakdown on that fourth down, and they popped that 79-yarder,
for sure,
he's under 200 yards.
And I was wrong. They had a fumble, so it was a pick and a fumble.
Yeah,
just like us. But yeah, I mean, defense. The defense is. I mean, coming off of that bad OU game, they had mentioned, we need to get back to. I was embarrassed. They were embarrassed by that, and I think it's shown that they were embarrassed by it.
I mean, I thought. Go ahead.
Well, go ahead.
I thought it was important that one of the neat things to see was you had several players, non-starters, who made some good contributions out there. Whether it be, gosh darn it, I'm trying to think some of the names. Is it Willage, the strong safety?
Yep.
Oh,
no, Willage. Yeah, he's a starter.
He is a starter?
Yep.
Okay, all right, my bad. All right, my bad.
No, but you are right. They said I was listening to the coaches' show. They said traveling team 70, 68 of them played.
Damn.
And yeah.
You'd be mad if you were with your mother too.
So Blake Thompson then?
Yes, and they actually brought him up on the show. They're like, because that kid didn't even make the traveling team to Cincinnati. And
wow, okay.
Yeah, and Campbell was saying he came in for a talk. Obviously he was upset he didn't make the travel team, and he's worked his way back into his spot. Obviously made the traveling team. I thought they said he played like 20-some snaps. So, yeah.
Yeah, he played 29 snaps. Darren Porter played 33.
Well, yeah. With Tampa going out, I'm pretty sure they put him at his. Well, it was him or Montez Williams. That's another young guy that probably played quite a few snaps.
I thought Porter did well in that in coming in.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's just in a bad spot where he's playing behind an All-American, But
and you're a convert, because wasn't he a wide receiver?
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So yeah. On the offensive side, hey, if you want to, if you're a Cyclone running back and you want to have a chance of doing good, make sure I pick someone else for the MVP.
I was trying to remember who you picked.
I did not. I did not pick Norton. I was 10 toes down on Sanders, and Norton decides to have himself a game. Now, Sanders had more rushing yards, but Norton had the 2 touchdowns, including the 49-yarder, which put him at like 21.3 miles
Yeah.
per hour.
Yeah, I didn't realize he had that kind of speed. Obviously, he didn't either. He tweeted.
I was
he was
gonna say
like,
he tweeted, he didn't know that he had that in him.
I think he should be getting more carries myself, just from what he did at Cincinnati, and because he would have had another explosive run at Cincinnati if he would have took himself. But
Norton?
Norton, yeah,
Yeah.
yep,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, they were fairly close.
Yeah, 14.
Oh, yeah.
14.
Well, even
and
I mean, Sama was looking good until he until he had that fumble. But he had,
Right.
I think
that was that.
yeah, he had that.
True.
He had that 30-yard run, wasn't it like a 32-yard run? And he made a couple guys miss, before he hit gear. So
so yeah, I mean 100 and I should have been on the other side. 162 yards rushing, 238 passing. Jalen Noel had himself another volume catch day, 8 for 76. Higgins 5 for 74, and including that 25-yard touchdown. Or no, 16-yard touchdown, and 25 was his longest. Bramer 3 for 69.
Bramer Bull.
That catch and run he had, so a 48-yarder. Then and Dean had a catch.
Well, I think Bramer's most impressive catch was that third down catch where he was. I mean, he had a guy all over. I mean, he just kind of scooped it. I thought that was impressive.
So yeah, he's definitely coming along. You mentioned that Sama did have the one fumble. So I
hope Bramer gets more targets moving forward. Bramer.
Oh, for sure.
More targets.
Yeah. He needs to. I mean, he's been extremely reliable. I mean, we haven't really had a whole big case of the dropsies like we had last year so far.
Yeah, knock on some wood.
But so yeah, but they've been pretty reliable, especially him. So he's caught most of the stuff. Sans that one-handed grab against Okie State, I think it was, but no, they've done well. So yeah, offense is clicking now that they seem to be opening up the playbook or doing different things this second half of the season. This is always the fun part. Prediction time. Who did what? The final score was 30-18. We all had us Cyclones winning. Pipes, you had it 29-27. VJ 27-21, and me 35-24. Well, we all gave Baylor more credit than they deserved. But we were all pretty much around the Cyclone score of 30. It's funny. We all picked our MVPs, and your guys were closer than mine. I mean, although Sanders had a nice game of 14-90, I mean, I think both y'all's guys had a sack.
Yeah, I know mine did.
Oh, do you get them?
Yep.
I didn't.
I thought Truman did too.
Did he? You gotta check that out.
I'm looking now. Wait, who had the other one?
I predicted we'd have a 100-yard rush, or I tried to. I basically predicted we'd have a 100-yard rusher.
Singleton had the sack.
Singleton, yeah, Jared Singleton. Yeah.
Okay, well I was wrong, but I was going to say Sanders. I mean, not Sanders. Norton.
Me too.
I'm gonna say Sanders.
Are you?
Yep. His yards per attempt were higher. He didn't get the touchdowns, which are the big splash plays. I get it.
Well, I think the last touchdown, the short touchdown, anybody. I mean, I might be able to get that one.
Yeah, well, the long touchdown, especially because when it happened, that was right at the beginning of the second half, wasn't it? So you come back out, got to drive, boom, hit him with a long one, you know. But yeah,
Sanders had 2 runs of over 10 yards. Norton only had 1. I mean, honestly, here we're nitpicking. I mean, to be honest with you,
running backs.
Norton, should we go to running backs?
No. Norton should get it because he has 2 touchdowns. To be honest with you.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, he should get it.
Well, hey, finally, the offense gets represented.
Well, last week Williams he said he's picked a running back for the last 3 weeks. He finally got his wish. Finally got his wish.
Hey, guess what? Well, so if I keep going in my rotation, Sama will be the player of the game next week.
There we go.
He'll have a hot hand on the for the backs. So the Cyclones now sit atop, albeit tied, the Big 12 Conference in the numero uno spot.
Yes.
All in thanks to this week's opponent. Kansas did everybody in the 12 a solid, except for maybe Oklahoma and Texas, by knocking off those near top-ranked Sooners in a hard-fought battle. But Jason Bean and the KU Jayhawks prevail. And now they bring that show on the road up to Ames in a game that they switched to prime time. Because whoever wins this game is going to have a pretty secure hold on that number 1 spot as all these teams inch towards Big 12 championship.
A lot will be decided this week because K-State, Texas play, Okie State, OU. So, I mean,
yeah.
Texas and Oklahoma could both lose this week.
And if they do, they're more than likely out.
Yes.
No tears here.
For sure. But so, yeah, this is going to be one of those games. It's really going to test the defense.
Yep.
Because, hey, I've been worried about this game since last year's game because of their weapon.
So you bring that up though. They only scored what 13 on us last year.
But in all honesty, I'm more afraid of Bean than I am Daniel.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Because first of all, Jason Bean is a legitimate track and field star.
I thought Daniels was like a 10-2 guy also.
Daniels doesn't have. I think Daniels is more elusive than Bean, but he don't have Bean's flat out quickness and then speed. That's what I think separates. Daniels is a better thrower, but Jason Bean runs like he's at top speed 2 steps into his running.
I'll give you that. That's true.
And he's gone.
Yeah.
The way he left those OU dudes was just it was as though they had given up and were slowing down when they were not. And then you've got Neil's very good. I have him in fantasy football, and Hicksaw, the other back, was struggling when Neil got hurt and he was filling in, but now he's come on. And then the third back ain't even bad.
Oh, I saw a little bit of the Oklahoma guys I listen to every once in a while. Yeah, they were like, they're like Kansas has two guys that would start over all of our guys. You know, they're starters. They're like our running backs wouldn't be able to play there. So they were very impressed with KU's running backs.
Yeah, because at one time, Hicksaw was doing so bad, I dropped him, and now he's picked it back up. But yeah, no, when nothing would bother me more than seeing a backfield with Bean and he's got each of them flanked. It's like, oh boy, you know, we don't know. We could be in trouble with this kind of lineup.
Speed like Miami.
Yes. Yeah. No, I'm way more concerned about this game than I am about Texas.
Whoa. I wouldn't say that because KU's defense gives up yards, lots of yards.
Yeah, they do. I mean,
yes.
I think it's going to be their offense versus our defense, and then if our offense is on point, they've got some things to worry about on the defense as well.
I think our offense is going to have to be, because I think they're going to be able to score. I think we're going to get beat by some chunk ass plays because you've got to worry about this dude running. I mean, they haven't had to worry about a guy running as much as they got to worry about a guy running now.
Well, what I always see from them, I watched some of their game against Okie State. Also, that tight end down the seam because you know the linebackers are stuck on the run. They get that tight end down the seam so easy, so often. I saw, they both against Okie State and OU. I mean, we're talking big chunk plays, or they get the guy on the out for some reason that, you know, you get your safeties, you know, their eyes are stuck, and that dude's sitting on the out with nobody around him, you know, in the middle of the zone. Those plays a lot.
So we need our inside linebackers are going to be busy?
Yes, I think so. I think this. Yes, linebackers, and Cooper evidently got hurt at the end of the Baylor game, so we may have a backup safety in.
Oh no! Okay.
And I'll tell you what else that offense does is all the movement.
Yeah,
that confused the hell out of OU. They move. I'm like, I haven't seen a team move this much ever. All that pre-snap movement is just insane, and it's like, because you're left pointing and guessing and trying to figure out what the hell's going on when all of a sudden, you know, there was 4 dudes here, now there's 2 dudes here, but wait, here comes a third one coming back this way, and now they're running a counter to the left, and I thought they messed with OU's defense big time with all of that.
So, is it me? But does it seem like OU thought that they won their path to the playoff after they beat Texas, and they're just been like sleepwalking? I mean,
I'll say I think it's like anybody playing OU and Texas this year is going to try to give it to them.
Well, true. But
so You're going. I mean, I can only imagine what Bedlam's going to be like this year. But
That's a
I
sweep.
think everybody is just going. Everybody is just selling out right now to get at to put an L on them and ruin their chances and ruin all that. You know, we're OU's better and Texas is back. I think everybody wants to send them to the SEC with their tail between their legs.
Right. But I mean, just it just came through the screen that, like, yeah, we're here. You know, we're gonna. It like it. Their effort didn't pop off the screen. Their lack of effort popped off the screen to me.
Well, and another thing is you know everybody is um, saying that their defense is playing better. So I mean, maybe you hear those things and you come up against the KU offense, and
Yeah.
you know, here we are. Now you've got OU feeling kind of down, and you've got KU feeling all pumped up,
Well, they got.
rolling into Ames.
But they're dealing with something though. They're dealing with everybody loving. I mean, that huge win. You know, they hadn't beat them since 1997. You know, they threw the goalposts in the lake there. You know, so
Yeah, well, that's the fans. I'm sure.
no, dude, you see
Old boys got them
you see
refocused.
you see
Because you
teams
know
come
what?
out flat all the time.
But this isn't one of those average everyday old games. This isn't KU and Texas Tech. This is KU and Iowa State. They would love to come up here and wreck our homecoming. Nothing. They would love to be humming that damn Jayhawk chant in Jack Trice. No doubt about it. I don't think there's going to be any kind of hangover. I hope there is.
I hope there is too.
And I mean, Varsity Blues hanging out at the strip joint right before the game, right before the game hangover. I mean, I want them that hungover. So, yeah, it just is it going to come? I don't know, but it's going to be a nasty. Well, we've already kind of talked about it. With the things that they do on offense, with the shifting, and we've talked about how fast Bean is and how good those running backs are. Our D's got to have one of its best games of its season. They've got to play smart and they've got to play discipline.
They got to force him into turnovers. He throws. He likes to throw it to the other team. Got to keep that up. If he plays a clean game, we're in trouble.
Yeah. Offensive side, can we keep running? I mean, they've got a nice defense themselves, and they've got good corners. That Kobe Bryant dude, woo.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the dude on the other side, his name, but shoot, he played good against OU. They've got a safety that's good. They got a DN that's good. So
Booker.
It's gonna be a good game. I don't know what to say, but yeah. I'm not saying the clones gotta be perfect, but they gotta have a really good game.
They need to start fast, turn it into one of those bonkers night games at Jack Trice, and let the avalanche come.
Get caught in the eye of the storm, or is it side of the storm? One of them damn slogans I see all over Cyclone Twitter. What do we need to do to win?
Like I said, start fast, run the ball,
Yeah, I'm going to say run the ball well as well.
Force a couple turnovers.
Yeah. If we get chunk plays, cool, but control that ball so it lessens their opportunities for
Yep.
it. They can't do any damage if they ain't got the ball in their hands. No surprise. Preseason, we all had this as a win. Everybody, well,
What do you got, William? What do you got?
Me, I've got the clones. And due to the weather, if this was going to be nice weather, I would have the game probably in the 40s. I think it would have been a shootout. What's it supposed to be?
High 59. It's supposed to, so it'll be pretty nice.
Well, that's the start of the game time.
That's the high of the day, yeah.
Oh, but when that sun starts going down,
yeah, it'll start have already cooled off by kickoff.
Well, I'm gonna go 38-31 clones.
What do you got for the MVP? I'm
going Rocco. He's gonna extend Rocktober into November.
What do you think he needs to do?
What?
I mean, as far as him being the MVP, what do you think he needs to do?
I think he's going to get it without turning the ball over and using his legs.
Cool. What do you got, VJ?
30-24, Iowa State.
MVP?
Put it on the shoulders of our quarterback as well.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Rocco.
All right, I've got 33-29 Cyclones.
29.
And I'm going, yeah. And Norton's getting it this week, William. Yeah.
Okay. So, like we said, these are our predictions. They are not based upon anything except for our predictions. Please do not run to your favorite gambling joint and think that these dudes are about to make us some money. If you do choose to, good luck. Please play responsibly, and hopefully you win. If you do, feel free to break us off some. I'm just saying. The line, just for those kind of purposes, the line is Cyclones by 2.5, and the over/under being 53.5. So,
the very first line I saw that anybody posted on Sunday was Kansas was favored by 3, and then it dropped down to 1 pretty quick, and then it switched over to Iowa State.
People playing with the money.
Yep.
Let's see. So yeah. So if you're so inclined to do so, like I said, please play responsibly. All right. Whilst this was going on, the Cyclone women are having an exhibition against Truman State, and I'm just looking at the score here. It's 8.5 left in the fourth quarter, and the women are up 69-47. Like I was telling VJ before we started, it's only, well, up until now, only the newcomers and Shantavia Dawkins were the only ones to play. Now Izzy is in the game. But yeah, the big minutes are Addie Rounds played 28. Hannah Bellinger, transfer from Truman State, played 25. The Isnell isn't. I'm gonna have to. I'm butchering it, but I'm gonna have to get back to y'all on it. The Isnell Natabu, she's the late transfer. She played 21. Jalen Bristow's played 21.
She's the one from Texas.
Bristow is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Falls.
Okay. Ariana Jackson, 18. Audie Crooks, 15. So yeah, those have been those real 7. Dawkins has played 9, and yeah, and Izzy just got in and played a couple. But they've rebounded well. In fact, they've had 9 offensive rebounds. Surprise, surprise, leading scorer, Kelsey Jones. She got 20 points, 5 of 7 from 3-point line, 3 or 4 from the free throw line. Shooting 30% from the 3, 8 of 26 as a team, 49% overall. Too many turnovers though, 16. And you still got 7 minutes left in the game. So with now a 15-point lead. So nice for these ladies to get some burn before they get going, get some actual time. But yeah, that was cool. I can't remember who the men got coming up.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure who they play on the 6th, but supposedly they beat Northwestern last weekend.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
I didn't hear anything about scores or anything like that.
Yeah, neither did I. There was behind some paywalls you could have found out.
I have heard a lot of talk. Oh, I did hear one stat that Monsilovich hit 4 threes.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, and that he's like a scoring machine, just like as far as shooting, like just a great scorer. So
Okay.
I thought that was interesting.
Cool. All right, people. Well, there you have it. Our takes on the Clones football, a little women's basketball sprinkled in there, and a little men's basketball tidbit. 6 p.m. Y'all gotta get Jack Trice pumping. I know y'all be going to the tailgates before that game. It's sold out. The bad boy is sold out. You scalping tickets if you get in there now. All right, go ahead and scalp them. But cheer loud, cheer hard. Let's not be abusive to the KU fans. So yeah, you know how we do it. Go Cyclones.
Go Cyclones.
Go Cyclones.